to be one of the attractive propositions for many people, and especially youngsters. Even I have met myself many people who wants to learn to play guitar. Will they be able to play it? Last week in this club, I came across a Toastmaster who was equally interested to learn guitar. Will he or she be able to play it? Well, only time can tell. I can tell you about my own experience with guitar and how I feel about it. Presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, dear guest. 20 years ago, I was growing up as a kid in a neighborhood where guitar playing was spreading like a fire, and I was one to catch this fire. I couldn't stop myself staring at those people in my neighborhood, producing majestic sound out of their six strings. I was instantly captivated by the steely sound of guitar. And very soon I came to realize that I discovered something substantial in my life. Nothing else really ever came so close to me in my life than guitar. Around the same time when I caught the fire of playing guitar, I was already devoted worshipper of the bands such as Metallica and Megadeth. The music and the songs of these bands would pump the blood in my veins. It would pump the blood all over my veins. The instrument guitar came as an angel to salvage me from the darkness and the emptiness within me. My dream about guitar came to reality when my father bought one for us, me and my brother. And it was my first guitar, which was modest and a medium-sized guitar. On the very first guitar, I first tasted the pain of ruthless steel strings. For the first few months, I was in full pain and frustration to squeeze the sound out of the guitar. But after a lot of effort, a lot of patience and endurance, finally came a sun-shining day when my guitar sprang to life with a melodious tone with the help of these hands. I still can recall, it gives me pleasure to recall the moments when I got opportunities to participate in some of the music competition and also perform some kind of rock show. So whenever I was on the stage, whether it be on different occasions such as music competition or rock show, I felt if I was a rock star and felt the responsibility of directing every note toward the audience so that they can feel each note. Well, guitar playing might look glamorous or might seem glamorous, but playing guitar and to play it very well is a different story. There are, like any other fields, there are different types of guitar player. At least there are three different types of playing, right? Such as we have a beginner level of guitar playing, then we have intermediate level of guitar playing, and there are advanced level of guitar playing. And I've seen that many people are stuck in this intermediate level of guitar playing, including me. But I know the secret of advanced level guitar playing. The secret is that you have to commit yourself to regular, organized practice session. Let me repeat. You have to commit yourself to regular, organized practice session. And you also need to be fluent at different aspects such as scales, time signatures, beats, and there's tempo, and so on. Do I really want to take my playing to the next level? Yes, sure I do. I've been playing guitar for such a long time, and even I've been playing for such a long time, I don't see the interest for guitar, the excitement for guitar fading away. I don't see it. It's getting even stronger. The flame is burning brighter and stronger day by day. Well, the journey or my love for guitar has come all the way from my school days when I first started. And I still play today. I still enjoy playing guitar. But the time is not the same anymore. Now I have my family, my professional career, and I have my social life to check in. I have to strike a balance. Striking the balance seems to be very important at this stage of life. But as I said, the fire is burning even stronger. And it's not taking him off, fading out. So no matter what might be the situation, no matter what might be the reality, one thing that I know right now is that I'm not yet done with my 6 strings, and I want more of it. I want to remember it.
Well, our third speaker for today was invited for lunch by all of his colleagues, and he was wondering why so special treatment today of all days. Let me make it clear for the benefit of all of us. Today is National Day for Take a Monkey to Lunch Day. Well, whatever the case, Toastmasters, the third speaker for today, did make my and Toastmasters Sanoja's day awesome for today because of the call he gave me yesterday when he said, Asira, I'm ready to speak tomorrow, and it's 10. That was commendable. So, the third speaker for today, Toastmaster Prashant with his 10th project.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashira. I'm mesmerized. So, I'm going to give this $100 bill. Who wants this?
Yes.
How about now?
Yes.
Okay. How about now? You still want this. No matter what I did with this money, you still wanted it because it does not decrease its value. Its worth, its potential is still $100. Many times in our lives, we're dropped, crumbled, and ground into dirt by the choices we make and the circumstances that come into our way. And we feel worthless and beaten by life. But no matter what has happened, or no matter what will happen, we'll never lose our potential to be better than what we are currently today. Presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, people will suggest things like focus, persistence, perseverance when you ask them how to become more potential and successful at what you do. But research has shown these are all a byproduct of something else. Something much more important, something we all can develop. And the answer is growth mindset. Stanford professor Dr. Carol Dweck discovered that some people view intelligence and abilities as fixed and inherent attribute, fixed mindset, while others saw them as abilities that can be developed, growth mindset. Dr. Dweck also discovered that these two mindsets led to different behavior and results and determine how an individual deals with challenges and adversities in later life. Josh Waitzkin. We can extrapolate the growth mindset story with Josh Waitzkin, an international chess master and a subject of movie Searching for Bobby Fischer. Nobody has won all national chess championships like Josh has. But what's even more impressive, when he turned 21, he took on a challenge of mastering something completely new and different than chess, martial arts. He had learned how to grow and succeed, and he realized that he can apply that same understanding and knowledge from one domain to the other aspects of his life. So he relentlessly devoted himself to Tai Chi Chuan and won 2 world championships. Josh mentions losing his first national chess championship helped him avoid many psychological traps. The key trap that Josh avoided was believing that he was special, believing that he was smart, and he did not have to work hard for it. He could have thought himself as a prodigy, but he doesn't think he has extraordinary intelligence. What Josh Waitzkin has realized through his first chess loss, I realized through subsequent failure. Josh had understood the moment we believe that success is determined by ingrained level of ability, will brittle in face of adversity. I learned this the hard way. I got my first job when I was doing my intermediate levels. I had a challenge of balancing work and education at the same time. I was happy. I completed my intermediate levels with 70% attendance and joined bachelor's degree, feeling proud, being able to juggle work and education like a circus artist. But things were about to change. The road ahead was dark, difficult, and dangerous. As my work started to increase, my colleagues' cooperation started to decrease. Constantly under pressure, I started making mistakes. Once, I almost cost $800 to my company. College became cloudy and distant reality. I failed in 3 subjects during bachelor's degree. It was one of the most difficult moments to cope with. But I was determined. I decided to look at the right side. Like in those videos we watch when we're feeling low. Glass is not half empty, glass is half full. I passed in 3 subjects. I reassured my fragile beliefs and went on to join morning tuition to prepare for second year. Finally, second year results came out. Thoughts were tumbling in my head, making and breaking alliances. Did I fail my beliefs, or did my beliefs fail me? Because this time, glass was empty. I failed in all 5 subjects. My mind was in anaphylactic shock. My senses froze like ice cubes. I was haunted by the faces of people who have it all and those who have so less. Months passed by. I kept this news confined within me. Deep down inside, isolated, and away from everything that I once loved, I knew that I was trying to complete 300 days course in 30 days without real guidance, trying to solve working capital and cost curve with closed door and open book. So I decided to learn how to learn, and through YouTube and Google I learned. I met professors like Milton Friedman, Adam Smith, and John Nash, and embodied their views on equations deriving to the problem that I was trying to solve. And beyond that, during 3rd year, I had to give 10 exams and limited leaves because I hid the fact that I failed in all 5 subjects earlier. Results came out. I failed. But this time, I passed in 9 subjects. The taste of victory was as sweet as chocolate peanut butter brownies with roasted strawberries. What Josh Swaitkin had realized through his first loss, I realized through subsequent failures. Being able to balance work and education so well during intermediate level got me thinking, got me believing that I was special and smart. I was in fixed mindset. I transitioned from fixed mindset to growth mindset and came out of that vicious whirlpool where many of us drown and suffocate in our own failures. Over the course, I went on to learn many things. Microsoft Excel, Photoshop, PowerPoint, web languages, HTML and CSS. All of these helped me in different ways. Earlier that year, I located a major flaw in our office system and claimed $10,000 in return for my company. And that $800 deficit, I managed to waive that off too. So let me challenge you, each and every one of us present here. Learn something. Learn weird things. Learn little things. Learn impressive things. And do not grow complacent as we grow old. I know, as we grow old and mature, we have lots of commitments. We have our love interest. We have our temporary love interest. Our pets, our Facebook, our future, our investments. And if we feel all this, you don't have time to either learn or to do something more in your life, let's look at Toastmaster Dilip. He currently has 2 master's degree in management and information technology, works as a manager at Lumbini Bank. He has its family commitment, parents, spouse, kids. He has a job and its challenges. He has its hobbies like futsal. And still, he's currently pursuing his 3rd master's degree in economics. And I want to give this $100. I want to give this $100 to Toastmaster Dilip. Because he's the treasurer of our club. Now I want to ask each and every one of us here, how are you managing your time? What are you investing in? As I look back, I feel more and more inclined to a quote from Albert Doctor. The illiterates of 21st century are not the ones who cannot read or write, but are those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So let me ask you, what are you learning today? Back to you.
Master Prashant, we've come to the end of the 2nd session for this meeting. After this, we will be having a short break wherein our evaluators will be discussing how the meeting went overall, and we'll be having delicious snacks downstairs. So I'd like to request, before that, timer, I'm sorry. Are all the speakers eligible to be voted?
Unfortunately, Toastmaster Preeti is not eligible to be voted.
What?
4:23. 4 minutes 23 seconds.
We should be second.
Okay. So Toastmaster Preeti, she finished earlier than the time she had allocated, so she's not eligible to be voted. Apart from her, Toastmaster Dipesh and Toastmaster Prashant are eligible to be voted for the featured speech session. Please vote for your favorite speaker for the day, and please move downstairs for the delicious snacks.
Possible.